It is inevitable that every organization is going to have fraud and misconduct at some point in time. It could be as simple as some inventory theft. It could be more serious, such as financial reporting fraud. It could be the loss of intellectual property.
In large organizations, you have a stratification of the general population. And unfortunately, that means you have some people in your organization that are potentially willing to do inappropriate activities. Whatever the reason may be, but we're always going to see that baseline of fraud.
People have increasingly found ways to use technology to commit a crime or to commit a fraud. Companies just have so many different ways to get in. You don't have to be present to steal. You can be on the other side of the world and get access to that information.
Every organization is going to be subject to cyber attacks, and it's not only going to be the theft of their own intellectual property, but it could be some very sensitive documents, whether it's in financial institutions or healthcare institutions, which need to be protected for privacy reasons and for identity theft reasons.
You can't bring your company to a point where you have no misconduct, no fraud. I mean, you can build a control environment to do that, but you wouldn't get any business done and be cost prohibitive. But I think a lot of companies, more mature companies, are actually doing a lot more to help mitigate these risks.
There are ways in which a company can be smart about it, certainly by conducting risk assessments, by constantly evaluating the regulatory landscape, by making sure that they have strong compliance programs that can help prevent, detect, and where there are going to be problems, to respond effectively.
If you can prevent it from the outset, obviously you just eliminate all your problems. But it's not that easy, but you got to at least start there. Prevention can occur by making sure that you're doing a proper risk assessment. You can then take that risk assessment and you can build a program. And in that program, it includes a training program.
Unfortunately, when an event does happen, there really is a detection component, which the key to that is making sure that you've got great policies, procedures, controls, and processes, but you also have the right people helping you out. Forensic accountants, lawyers, cyber specialists, and usually for KPMG, it's an industry specialist too that really understands the nature of what we're dealing with.
After that, after there has been an integrity breakdown, then we can bring in a team of people who can help respond, help a company do the internal investigation.
Data analytics has become invaluable in a company's compliance program, in their internal audit program. Mass amounts of data now exist. But how can you make the most out of that data is something that we're seeing companies really asking themselves. Some are very challenged with it.
To the extent that companies have the right types of data analytics, to the extent that the companies understand the various ways in which technology can be used against them, and to have controls and processes in place to prevent penetrations and losses through the use of technology, the better prepared they are going to be to avoid it in the first instance and to respond to it in the next instance.